Hello everybody, Jack Snack Gaming back at it again with another video. Before I start, I just want to say that I am extremely tilted right now, so I'm going to be salty in this video. There's nothing I can really do about it, but I will do my best to be as objective as possible in my complaints so that it's not just a whine fest. I want to start off by saying that I do genuinely enjoy playing League of Legends. I started playing it a few months ago, and I have really enjoyed my time with the game. So I don't want this video to take away from the fact that League of Legends is genuinely a good game. But the purpose of this video is to explain the problem with having a game that relies on snowball mechanics and how one player can completely ruin a game. So I recorded 2 games. I played these games back to back. My rank currently, as of recording this video, is Bronze 3, so 75 LP. So obviously nothing crazy. I'm not here to claim that I'm a good player. I want to make that very clear. I don't think that I'm a good player. I don't think that I'm insane at League of Legends or that I'm a prodigy or anything like that. I'm pretty terrible at the game. But I want to explain how in both of these games I played pretty well. I was better than my team's KDs for both games, so I definitely wasn't the one who cost us the game or anything like that. But I just want to make a point about how all it takes is one player to completely ruin a game, and that you have absolutely no control over players throwing, and you have no control over people solo ruining the game for whatever reason. So let me skip to what I'm talking about. So the person who threw this particular game is Renekton, and you're going to see why. I'll explain it. Alright, so here's the play where the Renekton decided to throw the game after this. So already he decides to W to the, what's this guy's name? The Samira, under tower. So I don't know why he did this. He goes to E the Samira. The Samira, you know, dashes out of it fine. Then he pushes them for no reason. He pushes a Morgana who has a Q. Then he dashes again and takes a ton of turret damage. Then he pops his ultimate. And this is me, right? I'm trying to help. I'm vexed, so I'm trying to help him. I'm trying to Q, trying to E. There's not really much I can do here because he keeps diving into their tower. So I Q there. This gets blocked somehow, or maybe it just misses. My abilities are on CD. I did miss my Q, and the Renekton died. So not much I can do. And he immediately starts typing, saying, okay, I'm done. I'm not going to group anymore, this, that. You know, whining. And then I get 2 kills under tower, and I think that's what really pissed him off, was that he died, but then I proceeded to get 2 kills under tower by playing smart. And so, yeah, so that was out of my control. I couldn't obviously prevent him from dashing into the enemy team. There's nothing I can do. And now you're going to see what Renekton decided to do for the rest of the game. And now you're going to see why this game is a piece of shit and not fun at all. So he proceeds, and I'm going to put this in 8 times speed, so I apologize if you get nauseous. But all he does for the rest of the game is decide to split push. So he doesn't group, he just split pushes. All game. Backs for no reason, probably doesn't even buy an item, and then he just split pushes the entire game. And you're going to see the scoreboard and see the enemy team slowly start to catch up. I'm getting double kills, I'm trying my best to carry the game, and all he does is split push. Over and over and over and over and over again. Has down, backs, clears minions, has down, backs. Now some of you are going to say, well, Jack, top laners are supposed to split push. Renekton isn't. Plain and simple. Renekton is not really a split pusher. He excels in team fighting. And, you know, furthermore, I don't care how split pushy you are, you should be helping your team at a certain point in the game. So as you can see, all he does is just run and split push. It's even better in the second game. It's even better. Still a split pushing. Still a split pushing. He's watching the entire game get our entire team getting shit on multiple times. Still split pushing. Okay, he did TP there, to his credit. He did TP there and get 1 free kill. I'll give him credit for that. Goes to push Malphite. Runs away immediately. Of course. Yep, then gets caught out again. Burns a flash because he doesn't use his map whatsoever. Fog of War is on, but I don't know if it's working. Again, like, see how he plays with the team and we get like a triple kill like that? See? Right? So that was a beautiful team fight. And that's all he had to do. He got 2 kills. And if he kept doing that, we would have easily won the game. But his ego got to him. He was flaming me the whole time. And we get Baron here, right? So far everything looks good, right? Everything looks good. We get Baron. We win a good team fight. Cool. But now let's keep watching. Let's keep watching. So again, like, hold on one second. Okay, so instead of, you know, pushing top, which he'd been doing all game, instead of split pushing top with Baron, which he'd been doing all game, what does he decide to do? He decides to follow me, right? Because he's tilted. He decides to follow me and shadow me. And then just watch this shit. Just watch this shit. Watch this. He E's in for the cannon. He runs right to Samira. And then he, like, doubles back into mid with no support. And then pops his ultimate. And then dies. And you know what he typed after he died like that? You know what he typed? He said, "This is why I don't group." That's what he said. Right? Now, you might chalk it up to him just being bad at the game, which he definitely is bad at the game. But, you know, you can be bad and that's fine. But then he proceeds to just continue split pushing, which again costs us the game. I mean, look. See, he keeps split pushing. We couldn't end there, unfortunately. Obviously, I'm not really good at breaking down League of Legends matches. I'm sure somebody else could describe this in a lot more detail than I can, but, you know, again, as you can see, they're all here in mid, and he keeps trying to split push down. Even though he could technically be jumped at any point, he's not paying attention. See, look, see how they're in the jungle now? And, I mean, if he gets caught out there, he's dead. Oh, then blows the TP. Where is he TP towards? Okay, so then he TPs towards there, which is fine, I guess. But again, like, we're so far ahead that all it takes, look, we have both their inhibitors down, right? All we need to do is win one team fight and we basically win the game. But he keeps wanting to split push, you know, because he's tilted. So, you know, we keep kind of farting around in mid here, waiting for objectives. We take this dragon, and so, look, again, doubles back because he thinks he's good at the game, then pops his ultimate, then flashes away. Instead of just being a man, he flashes away, of course, but he does live, so that's fine. He did blow his ultimate, but whatever. Let's see what happens here. All together. Who's that? Graham gets caught out. Right, and so the mistake that I made here. So this guy was crying about me frontlining the whole game, and of course, as Vex, you're not supposed to frontline. Vex is a backline champion. I are in, you know, that was an ego thing. I didn't want to do that, but I was just trying to prove a point about how I'm not supposed to frontline, and of course, we all die as a result of it, of course, right? Because I listened to the idiot, and we all died because of it. And the game was pretty much over after this, to be honest. It was a terrible team fight. I shouldn't have all-in'd. I shouldn't have used my ultimate, but I wanted to prove a point. Which you could say is definitely my fault. It is my fault. I shouldn't have let my ego get to me. I shouldn't have listened to the mutant. But, you know, he was just really pissing me off. And, yeah, I mean, you know, again, I know this is pretty painful to watch. I apologize. But I hope that I've demonstrated my point with this game in particular. The next game is a lot worse. But, yeah, I mean, you know, long story short, he just kept split pushing, running and dying. And then, you know, their enemy team got caught up, and we lost. So that was game number 1. And again, the Renekton was just like crying and flaming the whole game and shit like that, trying to split push for no reason. So now let me show you game number 2. And game number 2 is like 10 times worse. Game number 2 is really, really, really bad. So. And I'm sure you can guess who threw this game. Of course, it is the Cho'Gath, yet another top laner. Not saying that top laners are, you know, prone to throwing. Maybe they are, but... Alright, so let me show you how this game started with me in particular. I want to show you the laning phase, right? And again, I'm not trying to brag. I'm not trying to say that I'm, like, super good or whatever. But let's just watch the laning phase. Let's just watch laning phase for a little bit, right? This is my gameplay. We'll watch this for a second. I'm Nefari. I'm going up against Vex. We'll watch. Watch for a little bit. So that I can prove that, like, it's not necessarily... Oh, yeah, we invaded. We got, like, 2 kills off the jump. We got, like, the feat of warfare in like the first minute of the game. This game went very well in the beginning, very well. So, you know, Vex and I are just farming. He pokes me, I poke him. Nothing, or she, he or she, whatever. Trades are going good so far. I'm, you know, pressuring in his lane, whatever. You know, getting my space. Nothing too crazy. My QE, get my electrocute off. I luckily didn't take tower damage there. I thought I was going to, but I didn't. I don't know why I didn't last hit that other minion. That's my bad. Maybe my dog hit it for me. I don't know. Not too sure. WE, Q him twice, and I get a easy kill. Right? This was in the first, literally not even 3 minutes into the game. And I'll skip to where I killed him again. If it's gonna show it somewhere, maybe not. I forget. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. Here we go. Okay. Now look at what this same Vex player does. Right? Look at what the same Vex player does. Look at what he chooses to do. Real quick. He backs. He TPs. Now watch what he does, or she. Watch this. Watch this. Runs literally right at me. Completely brain farts. Plays like an Iron 2. If you saw somebody play like that, you would think that this player is an Iron 2, right? So let's pause. Let's pause. Let's do a quick recap. Let's do a quick recap of how this game is going so far. We took the first dragon. I have where am I? I have 3 kills. Vex has 1. Cho'Gath has 3. Amumu has 3. And Jhin has 3. And our Morgana has 1 kill, right? So far, we're winning by 4 kills. We have objectives. Cool. 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 But I'll show you where it starts to fall apart here. So my team fed Vex some kills, you know, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I tried helping my team out there. We got a few cleanup kills, so that was good. I had a good flash. Killed a Moo. Cool. So we're up 7 kills right now, and I am at 4-0. Basically, I got to the point where I was, I think, 7-0 that game. 7-0. And then right after I got 7-0 is pretty much when things started to fall apart. So as you can see, look at the scoreboard, 22 and 15, right? We have 2 drags, 22 and 15. You're probably thinking, Jack, what could possibly go wrong? How can you possibly lose such a free game? I was thinking the same thing, right? I thought this was going to be an easy game, an easy win, right? Little did I know. Little did I know. Little did I know. So let's watch Cho'Gath now. Let's watch what he does. Let's watch what he does. All right. Stays bot lane, that's fine. Right, so this play here was when I knew that something was wrong. This is when I started to get nervous. This is where I started to get nervous. Because I remember I was kind of shadowing them, but I saw a Moo. And I was wondering to myself, why isn't the Cho'Gath just running away, right? He has little HP. Sorry for coughing, I'm a little bit sick. The Vex is pathing down. Why isn't he trying to run away? Now you could argue, well, you know, he probably couldn't have been able to get away, and he did get a kill. No, not the worst play in the world, you know. I'll give him a pass. It's fine. No big deal, right? We got a few more cleanup kills. Everything's fine, right? Now watch what he continues to do. Having mid, that's good. Everything here is fine. But look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. What is he doing? What is he doing? He's running at Vex in tower range to greed for a kill, which he doesn't get. Then instead of backing away, he gets hit by a pike, and then he dies. Interesting. Now, could I have done anything there to prevent him from doing that? I want you to ask yourself that question. Could I have prevented him from literally running it down into their tower? Yes or no? Well, of course the answer is no. Of course not, but it gets better. It gets a lot better. And this Cho'Gath, by the way, is silver too, in case you're wondering. This is a silver play. So here we get Atacon, which was good. We easily take Atacon because, he's kind of grouping with the team. And it's almost like when the top lane groups with the team, we win pretty decisively, right? But here, he's still doing it. That's fine. Now, we should all be leaving at this point. The Cho'Gath should be leaving. We don't really have the HP to take this fight. You know, the trades are not good. He's still not leaving, right? Still not doing anything. I can't really get into this team fight because they're all protecting each other. Not much I can really do there. And Vex steals that kill. So yeah, again, why isn't he leaving? Why isn't he backing away? And you're going to see that more and more and more with this guy. In a minute.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
So now he pulls a, again, like, look at what he's doing. He keeps doing the same thing. He jumps into a 1v3. Why? Why? There's no one around him. He's never playing around his team ever. Again, just jumping in the middle. Like, this is feeding, correct? Would you classify this as feeding? What is the play here? What is he getting out of doing this? Like what is he doing, right? What is he doing? No idea. No idea. Can I prevent him from doing that, though? Can I prevent him from feeding? And meanwhile, I'll admit, I'm typing to him, I'm saying, Cho'Gath, can you please stop? I'm literally, like, begging him, please stop feeding. Because he's our tank, right? We need him to group in team fights, because he's our tank. So he keeps feeding. Let's see. What happened there? I forget. Morgana. Oh, yeah, Morgana just got caught out mid, because she also was bad as well. Where's he at? Again, like, he just keeps standing around waiting to die, basically. And he just refuses to group. So then him and Jhin, again, like, no map awareness whatsoever. Jhin keeps standing around like an idiot, burns his flash. Now, you would think that they're going to leave, right? You would think that they're going to back away. Nope. Cho'Gath proceeds to turn around and do his stupid Q. Pyke is extremely fast. And then Cho'Gath and Jhin stay and die. Classic. And as you can see, he's in yet another 1v3, and he feeds again. So, I'm gonna spare you, you know, it's just, the rest of the game is just the same shit. There was a really good death on Cho that I want to show you, right here. This is the definition of League of Legends in a fucking nutshell. Look at him. Look at him. Nice wave clearing as well, by the way. Like, what am I watching right now? This was all warded, by the way. And he just stays. He's like, nah, fuck it. And look at how they're all on him, and they just kill him instantly. Right? And they just used him for XP. Just free XP. So, yeah. So moral of the story is this, right? Obviously, we lost the game. The reason why I'm making this video, and the reason why I'm complaining and ranting, is because no matter how fed you are as a player, right? I ended the game 12-2. Your teammates, or one of your teammates, can decide to completely throw the game. Now, I don't know if the Cho'Gath was soft inting. Oh, also, look at his runes, by the way. I forgot to mention this. He had Hail of Blades as his runes, and yet he only built tank items. So there you go as well, right? So he builds full tank items, and he doesn't play with his team. And this is a silver player, because on my first account, I was hard stuck iron, and I was wondering why certain iron players were playing so well as compared to other iron players, because everybody was saying that iron players are complete shit, and iron players are playing without their monitors on, and iron players aren't real, and iron players are disabled, blah, 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 right? And I always thought to myself that bronze and silver players would be so much better, or they would have so much more awareness of how to play the game, right? And then I created an alt account. I immediately got bronze. And somehow the silver players seem to be playing worse than iron players in certain instances, right? And I don't understand why. And maybe it's because I set them off. Maybe because I typed to them and set them off. I have no idea. But the point being is that all it takes is one player to completely throw a game. All it takes is one player, especially a top lane player or a jungle player, to just turn their brain off and keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, and dying repeatedly. This Cho'Gath had 14 kills, or 14 deaths, sorry. He had more deaths than the support player. He, like, you know, explain, right? You can't explain it. You can't justify it. And to the people saying, well, you should just 1v9 or this, that, get better. I'm like, okay, how am I supposed to win a 4v5? And it's not even a 4v5. It's a 5v5 where one of my players is actively feeding the enemy team, actively giving the enemy team experience, gold, everything under the sun. And in both games, you'll see that there's a repeated pattern of them not grouping. So essentially, I was playing a 4v5, but with our 5th player literally just feeding and throwing the game. And Jin was saying, bro, chill, when I was typing this mutant, right? So if you type, you get banned for it. And guess what happened after this game? Guess what happened? I got a chat ban. I'm showing it on screen right now. I got a chat ban. I get a chat ban for telling this guy that he is throwing the game. I didn't swear at him, by the way, when I read the chat log, right? I got a weak chat ban. I didn't swear at him. I didn't curse at him. I called him an idiot. I said, why are you throwing this game? Why aren't you grouping? Pretty standard questions, but I get banned for it. If I call these players out and I expose them, I get banned. But he doesn't get banned. And that's why this game is a piece of shit. Because a player can decide to soft int and throw the game, and they don't get banned for it. And they're free to do that. They're free to play Cho'Gath, play a tank, and not group with their team and split push all game while everybody else dies. They're allowed to do that. So, I like this game a lot. It's a good game, but there is nothing more frustrating. I cannot tell you how frustrating it is when you dominate your lane and you're destroying your lane opponent. And this Vex, by the way, that same Vex that you saw die to me 2 times and play like an absolute iron shitter, got fed by my team 12 kills. And she ended the game 15 kills. 15 kills. 15. Because my team fed. Because my team didn't have any map awareness, any macro, anything. And my Cho'Gath refused to play the game. And yet I'm supposed to 1v9 this? I'm supposed to somehow carry these mutant players? How? Explain how. I really want to know, please. Please, type in the comments below what you think I could have done this game to prevent this Cho'Gath from feeding. Because there's nothing I could do. Period. Every time I went back to base, he would split push in bot lane or top lane and die. So, anyways, that's all I got for this video. You know, I'm sure no one's going to really watch it. That's fine. But I'm extremely tilted right now, and I felt the need to make a video on this. I need to make a video exposing Riot Games for the horrible company that they are, because they refuse to punish players like this. And you cannot tell me that this is not deliberate. It's 100% deliberate. The Renekton deliberately threw because he was mad that I didn't, you know, prevent him from dying. And this is the recurring theme. These players throw a hissy fit when they die, and they say it's your fault. Literally, the Renekton was saying that I should be frontlining as Vex. As Vex. He was complaining about that. Like, you're right, bro. As a mage, totally. Mages should totally frontline. I should be in the center of the fight. I should be leading the charge. Not the Renekton and not the Cho'Gath. And you know what would have happened if the Cho'Gath just grouped with us as a team? When we were up, like, 9 kills, we would have won the game immediately. So, anyways, thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.